Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show.
Sorry that took so long. I had to go and feed my cat.
To what?
You just made the same joke twice,
Yeah,
Messi.
I know, but we didn't. They didn't hear the first time.
That was a blessing.
The heck?
Moving on.
Good job, Scott. Good
Oh, Josh, welcome. Josh and Raiders, welcome. Here, let me give you a really quick recap. You ready?
Josh.
They left the cave and had dinner.
Yeah. Oh, and we had a bath off camera.
Okay.
You know what? Can we have the bath on camera?
Yeah, we got to do it like Witcher style, where like you don't see anything, but it's very suggestive. That's actually really.
Totally.
Oh,
Ophios walks back in. That's what he sees.
all right.
Ophios. There's enough room for two.
Okay, I was just about to say, everybody in chat, yay or nay, should I reward Messi for that? Never mind.
Damn it.
All right, moving on. So
Sorry.
the next day, obviously, you guys wake up, and once again, like you're feeling a lot better. The night beforehand, you overslept because of how comfortable, and then you were forced to have a legit full day rest, which was amazing. Then you went out and had a fantastic fucking meal, some drinks with your friends for like the first time in ages, and then went into a super high quality, considering the condition, a comfortable bed in a comfortable room with its own fireplace and some like you're not burning cedar. It doesn't smell nice. It's just regular like pine or something. Your own fireplace to keep you warm. You guys are waking up the next day so chill. It's almost like you could forget for a moment or two all the difficult things that you have set before yourselves. But each one of your characters has reasons to follow the path that you do. So
Ophios didn't even slightly forget. He's like, where are the lopers?
he wakes up, he's like, one days I would like to wake up two lopers standing over his knees. It'd be good breakfast. So anyways, so you guys wake up, and again, it's like that super, but of course, things need to get done. You guys kind of like in your semi-drunken stupor, last night came up with a bit of a plan. And I only know that because I was upstairs and feeding the cat and whatnot, not listening. So I can only imagine what kind of plan you three came up with. Something I would do in a drunken stupor. What is the plan of attack that we're going to use today? What do we want to accomplish?
Split the party.
Split the party.
It's foolproof.
Yeah, things weren't working out, you know?
I just knew that would be the reaction.
Trump card? No, so you guys roll me a d20 to see who gets to go first.
Rena and I are together, and Ophios is going off on his own.
My hand is so cold.
So do you want to roll? Rena, you roll one, and Ophios rolls one, and we'll just... Well, that's a 51%, 55% chance we win this roll. And a 5% chance.
At least you got it out of the way there.
A 5% chance we get a 1.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, Reno is rolling. She only rolls well when it matters, you know.
So,
When somebody else
I
drops a
feel like
triumph.
I anticipate Ophios, Yondis, and Rena meet up before we split up.
Okay.
Hey guys, ready to split up? Yeah, high five, and then Ophios go.
By meetup, you guys literally rented a luxurious apartment. You guys are literally like a 3-bedroom nice apartment right now. So by meetup, you mean you open your door and say, "Hi."
I went into the kitchen and cooked up some eggs.
I'm sleeping in. Shoot. I'm just kidding.
Ophios would walk in and just be like, "So,
Egg?
plans for today's."
Do you
He
eat
just
eggs?
ignores you.
Yeah, what's up,
Says-
Ophios? What's the plan?
What's did we come here for? Has to do with yous and Rena's decisions. There are reasons you wanted to be here. You were adamant about it.
Well, I was actually hoping to find the local thieves guild. Get some info for us.
Yes, but why are we here overalls? I forgot.
We're trying to establish this place as
Who said that?
kind of
You
what?
shouting from the bedroom because you said you were sleeping in. So.
Oh yeah, I meandered out and took the egg that you cooked.
What the hell?
Thanks. Sat down and I started eating it, and then I said, "We're trying to establish a place, or this to be kind of our new base of operations, or a place for our, our friends from. God, where did we come from?
Yeah, can you pull
What
up
was
that
that
map
city?
for us, Scott?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to.
I was gonna say,
I came from Bard. But that's lore.
I think we also thought it would be a good establishment because trade routes and speed travels.
The river.
where are we?
Down
Came from
and to the right.
Oh, Ursina.
Now we're in
right?
Momley.
Okay, yeah, got it.
And we want to turn Momley against the Peredhel.
Easy.
Yeah, Birdman was telling us that this might be a good place to kind of gain more
Well, reestablish from
or
Ursina.
reestablish. Yeah.
Fairs. Perhaps it's best I smooth things over with my Slakonas. Perhaps they can be of helps for our other service, since they do knows of our existence. My existence, my people's. So perhaps having them sins with what they do's could be of helps. I'll heads that ways.
What? Why am I in Ophios' spot on the stream? Ophios and I are sharing a spot.
You
Oh,
invited him in the bath.
you know,
remember?
you know what it was? It was for even though I got that set up, I was originally going to have the people do their characters together, level up their characters together the other day, and it's like if we do this.
Oh, wait, wrong arm. Stop!
Messy leans to your right.
Huh?
Leans to
Am
your
I
right. Yeah.
You want him to hit me?
Now there's two of you.
Wow, there's two of me. That's awesome.
Yup.
Was it supposed to be like that? Is that?
There we go.
Whoa!
There, connect your arm.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, dang it.
There you go. Go ahead, guys. Continue.
What are we
What
talking
was
about?
saying? Yeah.
I was saying it's probably best I smooth things over and see if
Oh, yeah.
my people would help us out, particularly if we can establish a foothold here as a group.
It's a great idea, Ophios. And Rena and I can go to the local thieves guild.
I wanted to ask about
No. Okay, go ahead. And then I'll say no.
this shield.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll be pulling it out of the bag of holding.
What about that shield?
Oh, yes, the ones of magics, the ones I never identified.
Oh, great. Well, we can do that now, right?
Yeah, go right ahead. I wanted to fix it up.
Scott, do I
Might
just
be
roll an
useful.
Arcana check?
I mean, you've already tried and failed. You can't try again until you level up.
Can I do this?
Did
Oh, or.
I don't think. Did I try to identify?
Yeah,
the
yes,
people?
yes, you did.
Okay.
But that's a okay. You on this?
I've had that on me and never used it since last level.
So, component does require a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces and an owl feather.
Anyone have an owl feather or a pearl?
Who?
Not on us. You could go at the shop.
Who?
We'll go to the shop.
Who?
An owl! Quick, get its feather! Okay, yeah, we'll go to the shop.
Actually, wait. I have the Birdman whistle, right? What is the percentage an owl would show up?
Who? So you guys think the owl feather is like a component that's not that big of a deal. Getting the pearl, however, is the thing that you would actually have to purchase, which is not an issue. You can totally purchase that, and it's not consumed on casting. That luckily has changed since 3.0. Maybe 3.5 it's still consumed, but Pathfinder on, it doesn't get consumed anymore. It used to be 100 gold pieces every time you wanted to identify something. Anyways, so you can make your way over to a shop to purchase something like this. That's not an issue. You can actually find it pretty easily, but it's going to cost you 115 gold. We don't get pearls around here the way we used to.
Scott, Okay, never mind. Keep going.
No, he's going. Scott.
Who?
Tyler's going first.
Yeah, but I'm going with you guys for this part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Okay, so how much is the pearl?
115.
That's
We don't get pearls around here like we used to.
That's fine. What do you guys think? You guys want to split it 3 ways here?
It's 115 gold. Just pay it. It's your spell for moving on.
I
Moving on. So you buy it, and then you actually will be able to spend a whole minute looking at this thing. You actually do identify it. And this shield that you found off of those 3 corpses is covered in magical energies. Specifically, necrotic energies are coming off of it. It finally comes clear, all the different magics or whatever, they're kind of like hovering through the thing. And it actually has necrotic energies, which make it so if somebody attacks you, so more or less the mechanic is persons that attack you and do so poorly, like for instance you shield bash against them, so on and so forth, you actually have a chance of transferring some of their life to you. And the way it works is if somebody rolls against you and rolls a natural 1, you actually gain 1d6 temporary health points. Now, those temporary health points don't stack, so you always just have the biggest number. But anytime a natural 1 is rolled against you, you take 1d6. Now, this is something that I would have required a very high DC for if you just did Detect Magic. But Identify gives you a lot more properties right off the bat. You also realize that this shield, that's not the limitation of its power. The issue is that the shield is kind of rusted, beat down, old, and crappy. If it were able to be appropriately maintained, appropriately polished, maybe the magics in it could shine a little bit stronger, a little bit more true. Maybe it could even be treated to enhance whatever abilities are already inside of it.
Would he know how to treat it?
Unfortunately, no. That would have to be some sort of mage or craftsman that might be able to know how to handle this sort of a thing.
So I want to look for like some sort of craftsman then.
Yeah, so Rena decides to look for a craftsman while she's handling the shield, and then she catches her own reflection in the shield and realizes, oh, I found one.
Me. I can do it. Would I know how to do it then? Like to treat it? Is it something simple or is it something too like beyond me?
You would know. You would actually, as long as you have the supplies, which I think you actually have in any tool belt. You just have to make a check for you to do so. Does the any tool belt give you advantage because it gives you like masterwork version of the tools?
Wait. So I have Smith's tools, which is what I'm assuming I'd be using, and the only other one that I have is Mason's tools, but that's not gonna help us here. I don't know. I don't think so.
Masterwork's just plus one.
should be
Okay.
a +1.
Okay, cool. So you're at your any tool, because I'm pretty sure we gave you for a magic item the any tool vest or something like that. Do you see that?
Oh,
in your
that's
character
on
sheet?
Messy.
Oh, really?
It is?
And
Oh,
give it to
yeah.
Rena?
Messy, are you not keeping track of the items we gave you?
I am, just not well. What was it called?
Any tool?
The
I
vest
definitely never got that.
Cool. So I guess you guys don't have one. Moving on. So
What the hell? Messy!
Nope, that's fine.
I don't think we got one. I don't
That's
know.
okay. Rena,
It
you
was
do
the
still
vest that
have
we gave him.
craftsman supplies. They're generally designed for making weapons, though, with a slight you can actually go and purchase the supplies you need to, but you'll also need a facility to do this. And you can borrow or rent that space. If you want to make a check, you can kind of look around town to find this sort of a thing. And again, this is just a simple investigation check to kind of look around and find this out. And if they're assisting you because it's something that they're interested in, you can have advantage.
That literally was the first chest we got it out of.
Speaking of the chest. Okay, so I'm gonna do advantage investigation.
Okay. So you look around and you're able to find smiths that are shut down or whatever, boarded up and blah, 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 blah. But you're also able to find somebody who's willing to rent out the space. It's not like I got many buyers nowadays. If I can get some coin from you just using the anvil that I can't, fuck it. I'll take your coin. And he's honestly 3 gold and he's willing to let you use it for the day.
Cool. Deal.
And so
Got a deal.
And so you can use it. And you can actually, if you want, spend this first day, instead of walking around with Yondis, you can work on your shield.
Well,
You know, this we had a plan, but
y'all
You
want
can
this
work
or
on the
not?
shield. That's fine.
How long would it take me?
a better part of a day, not the entire thing. If you guys are doing something kind of quick together, you can go with him first.
All right, I'll go with you first.
All right, but Ophios is first. Ophios! Where are you going?
No, I want Messy to find this freaking vest because I'm so angry right now.
Honestly, Messi thinks it, and he remembers that he took it off one time when he couldn't reach the sandwich in his back pocket, and he doesn't remember putting it back on.
It
Must
literally.
still be by that tree.
But it was a delicious ham and cheese with both provolone and Gouda.
I gotta make some more sandwiches. It's been a while. Tell you what,
This is-
Ophios, I lost it, but I'll cook you up a nice sandwich. I think this is probably the best day Tyler's had playing D&D in a long time.
I already had a bad day today, and then I find out that you literally didn't write down the vest that Rena literally gave you
I don't
from
know.
the first chest.
It's
Moving on.
possible.
Oh,
I had
yes,
it
it's your
written down,
turn,
and then
sir.
Now I don't.
You go do important things.
Ophios is heading towards the cave again.
Cool. Oh, I can stretch my legs out without accidentally kicking my tower. This is amazing. So you start heading towards the cave, and you can easily make your way to the cave. Nobody stops you. There's no reason to, so on and so forth. Roll me an insight. You make your way back to the cave area, the docks district, so on and so forth. No problem.
Before I walk into the warehouse, I'm gonna look around me.
Wasn't
Make
Yondis
su-
wearing
make sure I'm
that
not being
vest?
followed or anything.
You
Yeah,
know,
vest of
He
escape.
should have been wearing the vest.
I thought he was wearing it.
I'm wearing
Sorry,
a
I
vest
just
of
thought about
escape
it.
now. I don't know how
Where'd
I got
you
it.
get that?
I don't know. That's just what I wrote down. Vest of escape.
Okay.
that is a different item that he does have. You are not being followed, sir. Nobody seems to be following you at all.
Then, as long as nobody's around me, I'd slip inside and slip back into the cave.
I've heard that more than once. So you make your way back down there, and when you get down there, nobody's down there. It's empty.
All right. He's gonna chill down there and wait then.
For?
The other snake person. So we'll chill at like the entrance towards the 3 doors.
That won't be until tonight.
It's like afternoon right now.
Morning. You guys
Well,
kind of just started.
would Ophios have known that beforehand?
You know that he was sleeping there overnight the past 2 nights.
So you probably tried to catch him before he left, and you missed him.
Oh, because you went to the store with them. Otherwise, you can still find him inside the actual warehouse itself, where he does his work.
Well, I mean, if that perception check would have told me that, that's what he would have done.
Your perception check was outside before you went inside. Thank you. Now that you're inside and you're walking around, you can actually find that he is, in fact, working in front of the warehouse in front of other people. And it's a weird thing because you see him slithering around like a snake. Clearly, he's a snake man. There he is, half man, half snake, with other people around.
That are not.
And they don't seem to be reacting at all to it, like they're used to it. But there is man, snake man.
That is unusual because we're not supposed to be in the public like this.
Is it like that movie where that guy puts on the glasses and all the people have like scary alien zombie faces and everything says obey?
I don't know that movie.
But we're just not wearing the
Yeah.
glasses? You guys don't know that? What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ophios is going to approach him and interrupt his work because he doesn't give a crap.
Okay. Yep. So you walk up to him. He notices you come in. Yes.
What is this?
They live.
That's nice. Messy.
It's the
You're openly showing your snakes around peoples.
Keep your voice down. They'll hear you.
He tilts his head.
They cannot see what we see. Their minds are weak. They have monkey heads.
True.
Ophios is going to put up detect magic.
Sure.
Do I see anything?
When you put up detect magic, you do see, well, roll me a Arcana check.
All right.
There is a magical aura that seems to be permeating throughout this building. It's like a faint illusion.
Ophios will be like, my spats. Didn't expect ones such as yous to have wells.
The magics are not mine. And he starts to like rise up again. And it must look strange to the others because you see him rising up tall. You have no idea how they're reacting. Sorry, what they see, because they're not reacting to the fact that he's once again doing that. Sup, bruh? Do you even work out?
I wasn't means to insults. Calms yourselves.
I am calm. Why don't you calm down? He doesn't lower himself beyond maybe an inch or two, but still says way above you and says, "What is it that you want?"
To talks. Maybe's laters when you don't have works.
I can speak now. I can multitask.
Fair's enoughs. Needless to say, you are tasks such as I, just in a different sense. I have groups that unfortunately knows of Earth's existence and are helping us to do the tasks that I am assigned.
You are breaking our oath of secrecy.
I have broken Snow's oaths.
What do you want?
I wanted to talk about whether you've been willing to aid such as the missions aligns. We can deals with covering our tracks laters.
You keep saying things, but you have no meaning behind them. You ask for aid, but not specific. Are you looking for general pledge? What are you looking for here?
I'm looking for use to aids the peoples we aligns with. Ones with perhaps trades routes, perhaps moving supplies under the guise as we already do.
You're looking to establish.
Corrects.
You're looking to establish our home with these monkey people?
I'm not looking to establish in yours homes, no's. In ours homes, no's. But in this town's, yes. Greaters than the warehouse. Largers.
You're looking to
More
compete.
favors. Not against yous.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
So, persuasion?
That one. That skill. So you say not against you, and it's one of those things where every time he came at you aggressively, you just kind of like, no. And so when you say not against you, it's not even defensive. It's just matter of fact, not against you. And so he's like, with your own tone, of course. And so he thinks on it. He actually like chews on this one for a few moments. And then starts to like lower himself back down. So his head's, only like an inch or so above yours, as opposed to like this obnoxious height. And so he thinks and he says, "So what is your plan?"
Establish a footholds with those that I work with, taking this town to turn against the Peredhels.
Why do you want to go against the stupid nation?
The nations is the ones that Lopers runs.
Where? Where are the Lopers?
That's to be discovered. And wise I am here's. Having resources, helping this groups that happens to be helping us that happen to align against this society, this kingdoms. They want to take back their lands. We want to kill Lopers. Once the Lopers are dead, we can worry about covering our tracks after the facts. But that's the meanings.
I understand what you're saying as a general. I understand what you're saying in general, but it doesn't seem like you have something planned out yet. Come to me when you have a set plan. Maybe we can work something out. And then meanwhile, I have my own tasks to do.
Of course. Continues on. I will give you specifics as I have since. But for nows, I merely wanted to smooth things out, seeing as disgruntled as you were before.
What's it? Roll me a persuasion check.
Did I hit the right one?
Are you happy with the result, or do you want to try to modify it?
We'll try. There's none there, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, is it your birthday right now? Oh, it is, because Saturday. It's officially
tomorrow.
Happy birthday, man!
Yeah, it's your
For us-
birthday
for us
where you
it's-
are. It is my. I was born in Cincinnati, so it's officially my birthday according to where I was born.
Aw, happy birthday, Tyler. Ready? Everybody ready? Happy
no.
birthday
Still
to
here.
you.
Louder, louder.
Happy birthday, dear delay to you. Happy birthday,
I think he likes it.
dear
Tyler.
Happy birthday to
No. That's the solo.
That is beyond painful.
Yeah.
That is beyond painful. That Scott, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted for my birthday. Was your voice to crack?
He knew.
He looks at you and says,
Happy birthday.
we started off on the wrong foot. Perhaps I should make it up to you. You've been downstairs. Have you looked in all of the rooms?
Ones with the potions, and I've added to the stash.
He nods appreciative at that. He still has an aggressive expression on his face, but you think that just might be, he might just have an RBF. You know what I mean?
Well, that's pretty standard for us, our kind.
Yeah.
There's no pleasantries. It's just how it is.
Let's get down to business.
To defeat the
The
lopers.
Huns. Oh.
Yeah, the lopers.
Did they send me monkeys when I asked for snakes?
Serpents.
Yeah.
Serpents goes better.
Oh, you're the yondest bunch I ever met. So pack up, go home, you're
You
through.
slither. Somehow I'll make a snake out of yous.
I guess I'll go home.
Somehow I'll make snake skin boots. What?
I guess I'll make snake skin boots. Yeah, I guess it works.
All right. Tranquil as the forest. No.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. All right.
Very
So he
sweet.
says to you. Did you investigate the room from which the heat comes?
Looked at one times, but I did not look further.
I will let you in on a secret. Go there. Investigate it further.
I told you. I said so.
I wanted to go back there and look further, but I just didn't want you guys to be there.
Well, now we're not.
Fair's enough. Now's probably's not best, but tonight's yes. He's looking questioning.
He shakes his head and says, "It will not be long."
So he would kind of go and check on the horses outside the warehouse and then walk back in. But go ahead and go to the other guys.
The horses haven't been maintained. You're like, ooh, I forgot about these things because I'm a snake. They need to eat every day, unlike me. So probably should get them taken care of. But you can handle that later on or whatever. As you walk away, it's almost like he says, "Happy birthday." So you make your way downstairs. and across the way and into the chamber that we had described beforehand with the giant serpentine creature with almost like a nest-looking thing in front of it and the table off to the side. What do you do when you come walking into this room and you see it? You could literally see the little bits of glowing red veins almost coming out of it.
Oh, I'm looking. I'm in there.
Yeah, unless you did not go, I flash forwarded.
Oh, I wanted you to go to the other ones because I was trying to go back and see where that vest appeared from. But yeah, I could continue. Sorry.
What vest?
No, don't worry about it.
No vests.
So
There's no vests.
I walk. Anyways, so I walk in and I see. I go with him and I see the structure. He's with me, right? Or am I just doing it?
You went by yourself.
Okay. I'll once again put up my detect magic, and I will investigate where the magics are coming from more thoroughly.
Seems to be coming from the actual statue itself is kind of what's pulsing the magic inside of here.
Like that?
Okay. Is there anything else that's radiating magic of any kind if I walk around the room?
No. Hold on, let me think for a second. No, just the statue itself.
Okay. I believe I already failed an Arcana check with it, so it's not like I can figure it out. I'm just gonna search around the room then.
Sure. There's this little nesty looking thing on the floor in front of it, and then there's the table of stuff off to the side.
I'll search the table first.
Do you take your time? Like, do you I'm not in a rush. I'm actually going to spend maybe an hour or something like that.
I feel
searching.
safe down there, so I have no worries.
You can roll me with investigation.
Oh, come on. It should have been that 17.
So I say with it at advantage.
Oh, I didn't hear the advantage part. Well, hopefully that got rid of one bad roll. Yay, cool. It went up by 4.
So you going in there and kind of looking around on the table, what you happen to notice is a bunch of notes and stuff like that people have written in here. And again, Slacono, or Slaclona, whatever it's called, it's not like you guys have your own written language. You just don't. You have your own spoken language. So it actually would be written, unfortunately, in the common tongue, which is what you would have learned in the region that you grew up in, which is Perrin. So written in Perrin, funny enough, is looks to be little bits of research and notes and stuff like that about the statue. Reading through that stuff kind of quickly, you mostly see details of its structure, hypothesis of when it was built. How that it was built several hundred years ago. That this cave was found here, not built by your people. Blah 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 blah. That kind of stuff, but nothing really jumps out at you of maybe important details about this thing, at least not in your first hour or so of kind of glancing through this. Maybe if you spent more time, you might be able to find more details, but as it is, nothing really jumps out at you aside from some fun little facts.
He would go, it would kind of be, he'd search in the area for a while, then go search by the nest, and then go back and search kind of until he felt satisfied, because this guy told him to look around in there, so he's going to spend as much time as it takes to find stuff.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, you found stuff. Those are details, but I just said you didn't find anything that's oh my god, this is earth-shattering. But if you think if this guy said this, I feel I would invest more time. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, then you're welcome to roll one more time. I think that's reasonable. Anything after that, I think would be kind of. But this is investing.
Or no?
Yep. If you want to invest another 2.5 more hours searching, then yes, sure. You're literally reading through all the books here. Trying to see what you can find.
Still no luck.
So you are looking through the books and everything that are down here, trying to see if there's anything that jumps out at you. And you actually do see that apparently they've started to understand a little bit of the magic that's here. For one, not only does heat radiate off of this thing, it seems that for one reason or another, the heat seems to, not for monkey people, but for the snake people, so not humans and elves, not elves, sorry, humans and hobgoblins and gnomes and whatnot, but for your people, the heat from this statue will linger with you if you go before it and almost ask it to, almost present yourself to it, and bargain with or beg for it to give you its warmth, it will do so.
Ophios would toy with that.
The thing is so annotated, the notes that are there, that it's hard to understand what they're talking about because it seems like there might be more detail to this, so you just can't figure it out. You know what I mean? It's like, God, this person's shorthand and self-writing notes. It's like, you remember, you went to college, right? Like, you're like, hey, can I look at your notes real quick? I'm more confused.
Yeah. So what he's gonna do is Ophios is gonna walk over to it. Without kneeling into the nest, he's gonna drop kind of to one knee, lower his head, and put his hand over his crystal and his other hand on the actual statue.
Sure. And so when you do that, you place your hand on the statue. First of all, it is very hot to the touch. I use this example all the time. Like, if you imagine like 125 degrees of Fahrenheit in water. Like, when you first put your hand, you're like, oh shit, and then you realize, oh no, it's uncomfortable. But if I want to, I can keep my hand here. Probably like put your hand in and out a couple times to get familiar with it. I imagine Ophio is a bit more stronger-willed than that. You can roll me a Constitution save to kind of like tough it out the first time you put your hand on it. Yeah. So you like put your hand on it. And again, it like hurts, but you're like, no, this hurts, but not like that much. I can just ignore it. And so it's uncomfortable, but you just deal with it. And so you do. And you start to feel the warmth kind of like coursing through you. As the warmth kind of stretches up your fingers and up your wrist, down your arm and into your shoulders, and you can feel it like hitting into your chest, you feel truly warm. Once again, like as if you took a long shower, like down to your core. You can feel like that nice deep warmth, which is really nice. But
Does it feel like a nice hug?
It feels like the first time you meet Tyler.
A pie to the face?
Yeah, everybody's is different. It's a new experience.
We're actually setting a standard now. Everybody that meets Tyler from now on wants a hug and or a pie to the face.
Well, yeah, sure.
That Madagascar scene when they're on the island and Alex and the zebra, I can't remember the name of, are running to each other.
Marty?
Sure. And then he remembers, Alex remembers that he's pissed off and then he starts chasing, but he's going to hit him. That'll be me and Tyler when we first meet. I'll be like, Tyler, and he'll be like, oh, Messi. And then we'll start approaching, and he'll be like, Messi? And I'm like,
Tyler! He turns around, and he's like,
Messi?
Yeah.
But I mean,
my bad, Tyler. I got a hug. I got punched in the nose.
Do you see Messi's build, though?
Everybody's is different.
Messi turns sideways, and you're like, where'd he go? Where is he?
Yeah.
You're going to hide behind this pole right here. Like you could like Tyler, you could dance on it, but Messi, you could hide behind this pole right here. So anyways, you feel something kind of reach out and almost like touch your mind, touch you deep down on the inside. You come to realize something. There's a connection between you and this thing. You don't know what it is. You don't know where it comes from. It's not like you're directly connected to the statue, but there's some sort of deeper inner connection between something, maybe even arguably your soul, and whatever you're touching here. It's strange. The presence that you feel before you was that of a hot statue, but then as your hand sits on there, it almost feels as though the presence is growing, like an attention, like the statue itself is paying attention to you. Roll me, I know it sounds weird, but with disadvantage, an insight check.
Try giving it a command.
So, unfortunately, with your insight check, you get the idea that a presence is now noticing you, but not really much more than that from it. What now that you've like put your hand and time has passed, do you do anything else? Do you speak to it, to yourself, to anything?
If I feel like a presence is noticing me, he'd just say, reveals yourselves. I knows not what it is, but I feel it's the connections.
You say this, but nothing is revealed. Nothing shows itself.
What's bees use?
Once again, you ask a question, but the statue in front of you doesn't answer it. You still feel a presence, almost like watching you, or at least is aware of you.
He's gonna gently remove his hand from the statue and stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And see if he still feels that.
You can feel the warmth from you. It lingers for a few moments, and it slowly starts to drain from you as you take your hand off.
He's gonna go back to doing it, and he's gonna touch the statue and do the same thing again and say, because he feels a connection to it, so he's wondering if he speaks. Where are the names that I put this freaking stuff in? Did I delete my names? Crap. Where'd I put that? I don't remember the name of my teacher. He's going to speak the teachings of his teacher. And I don't remember his name.
You say the teachings of your teacher? Milo, no. You say the teachings of your teacher, and when you start saying this, that's fine. Once again, as long as your hand stays on there, you feel that warmth. You recite these teachings of your teacher. You can roll a performance check to see how well you recite them. You actually do an incredible job remembering and performing your teacher's phrases over and over and over again. You've heard them, and so you recite them as you heard them.
And then he would just ask, does anyone hear me?
Once again, you feel a presence that seems to notice you, but you don't get a response.
Well, he's gonna step back and think he's gonna have to return and try again later, but he's perplexed. He's interested.
You take your hand off a statue, and once again, that warmth that you feel inside of you. Again, it's hot to the touch. It's going to take several minutes for that burning in your hands to cool down. It's hot to the touch, but you're fine. You're good. It'll heal. You take your hand off, the warmth inside of you just kind of cools down slowly. How about this nest thing that's here?
I wanted to investigate that.
Sure. How much time do you spend? Quicker, because you've already been down here for almost 4 hours, or no, another hour or so.
No.
Take my time.
He's invested. This is something that's tied to him personally. After touching that statue and feeling that connection and feeling like it, something that resonates with him, but he doesn't understand. He really wants to spend time figuring this out, and he knows Yondis and Rena are off taking care of other things, so he figures that him being gone longer is not going to cause an issue. And if anything, the other guy might come down and maybe he can shed some light on this.
Mm-hmm. So roll the investigation for that thing, and again, maybe they'll be able to.
Normal or advantage?
If you're spending a long time, advantage. So while you're searching through the nest, one of the things that you notice is there definitely has been the snake man. You can see, even though this nest, it doesn't really look like a nest in the sense of what you I described this nest beforehand because you never really spent time coming over and looking at it. It was just a bunch of stuff piled together like a nest. You now come to realize this makes you think of almost a place where it's hard to describe because it's a snake that you use this, not a person. But you have to almost imagine it's almost like a carpet or a mat that somebody would use if they were trying to engage in worship. It looks like this would be a comfortable place to stay and curl up with a big-ass snake tail. if you wanted to worship the statue in front of you.
So, okay. So it's just kind of like a worshipping. That's really interesting. What's also more interesting is the fact that a naga is literally a snake tail with a human, or a snake with a human face, right?
What? Say it one more time.
The naga.
Oh, yes, yes.
That was the question I was going to ask. Does it resonate more towards the naga scale when he touched it?
No.
Okay. So it seems like this guy has been worshiping this statue in some way, shape, or form.
Correct.
All right. Well, don't have that much information from it, but I guess he'll start to make his way out, and he'll talk with this man about this later.
I love this like slow music while we're like down here in the cave trying to like searching like what do I want to.
I have no idea what this is. I'm literally trying. I can't believe I lost the name of my teacher and all of that. I had that in my bio. You know what happened? It was when I did all of the freaking bag of holding chest shit. I lost it all.
Aww. So you
Oh no, Ka. I see it. It's in my bio now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the solo session, that's what I called myself, Ka. So anyways, you guys, you make your way out. Bah, you two, where do you go? Rena, you're going to be there for a short period of time, then you're going to break off, and Messi can keep going while you go work on your shield. Where do you boyos go?
We're going to like the shopping district or whatever, where the merchants are.
Sure. You're already there anyways because you were checking out the shield, so it's actually like if you walk out the door and you're like, let's go check out that one, you know?
Yeah.
Are we
We're shopping.
What season are we coming into? Is it still?
Yeah, it's springtime for Hitler in Germany. It's winter for Poland and France. It's from a movie, or a musical, I should say, actually. A Broadway musical called The Producers. You've never heard of it? It's springtime for Hitler and Germany. It's winter for Poland and France.
So what
No?
season would it be
It's spring. Springtime.
for the South? So that means we're coming into winter soon.
No, I think we
Summer.
just came out of winter.
Yeah,
coming
coming
in
in summer. It's springtime.
But summer in the southern hemisphere is winter.
What?
It's cold.
It is getting hotter. It's getting hotter.
I thought we were in the southern hemisphere, right?
You are correct, yes. In the southern hemisphere, it goes spring, summer, winter, fall.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
seasons still work the same
Yeah,
down there.
I know. But the temperatures are different.
Depending on where in the southern hemisphere you are. Look, if you're near the equator, it's hotter. If you're near the South Pole, it's colder.
I want to punch a wall, my God.
I don't understand why you're confused. Can we get one of the NZ or Aussie people in chat to explain to him how this works?
You don't need to explain it. That's okay.
It's spring.
So it's going to be summer soon. And in the summer, it's going to get cold. So I'm going to buy some summer clothes. What are you looking at?
Is he saying it gets cold in the summer?
In the southern hemisphere.
Hey, Steve, what temperature is it for you right now, and what season are you in right now? Because
The seasons are different based on the hemispheres, but not southern and northern.
no. The seasons are the same everywhere. It's just December is summer for them and winter for
Yeah,
us.
that's what I mean. That's what I meant by.
But summer is still hot.
Okay. Okay, I get it now. All right. We all good? All right.
I mean,
So we're
So
buying
I'll
summer
buy
clothes.
Some summer clothes, which are not as hot.
it's 31 degrees Celsius and it's summertime. That means it's hot as balls, I think. I don't use that measurement system.
I'm pretty sure 31's hot as balls.
Yeah, 31's pretty darn hot.
Yeah, spelt it. I'm converted right now. Convert 31C, 87.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's nice. Okay.
That's not nice. Oh, Rena, you're thinking Arizona, which is desert, so 87 is like a dry. They don't have that. They have what I have, which is like 92% humidity is what
Okay.
is what they were talking about. Yeah.
I have the dry heat.
Yeah. You're a different
Nice weather.
creature. You're a snake.
I'm the snake?
You're a rattlesnake.
Okay.
Sorry. You're like, I like it when it's hot and dry. This is great.
Is that how I sound?
No, but Brittany hates it when I do Brittany impersonations. Like, I'll tease her about something. I don't know. She's like, I fucking hate when you do my impersonations. She's like, and I say that to her, and she'd be like, stop doing my impersonations. And it's great because I'm just, anyways.
Endless loop. I get it. Anyway, we're summer.
I'm gonna buy some summer clothes.
It's
Which
summer.
is like what you're wearing right now, you Floridian in the winter. I'm like wearing a Roll for Charity shirt right now. Underneath,
They're not like
Messy.
that's not like a long
Messy.
sleeve.
messy.
Hey, thanks. I was thinking about putting mine on today, but I didn't because it was so hot.
I'm like freezing. I've got a heater next to me. Like, moving on. So back to chat. You go and buy some summer clothing.
Yeah, that was
Uh-huh.
the plan. Yep.
Okay, cool. This was the entire thing that we.
Okay, now that
Talk
we're
about
in
a
the shopping
build-up.
district, and I've gotten my summer clothes, which will just all right, great. I'm in shorts, whatever. I'm gonna notice. Do I notice anyone selling any musical instruments?
Oh, funny enough. Yes. Roll me an insight check, both of you, for different reasons.
Okay.
I don't like that. I'm not very good at insight.
Neither of you are. Yes, you find somebody selling musical instruments. Mm-hmm.
Is it like a shop or is it like a stand?
Like a stand. And he's like, so you see he's got a couple of things there, and it's one of those things where he notices you kind of like looking from across the way, and he's like, hey, you look like you want to get something? You got some skills? Gotta impress the lady? I mean, she looks like you better impress her, or she gonna get you. Come on, come buy something.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
And you come over, and he's like, I've got all sorts of things. I've got a lute. I've got a harp. I've got a...
Is it? I think I recognize that one right there. Is that the one that kind of looks like a mandolin but has the drum at the bottom?
Lute?
No, the one that the slaves in Bard play in the streets.
Am I missing something that I don't know?
I'm just making shit up.
Okay. He's like, you're not giving me enough hints to work off of here, Messi.
Here, how about I go grab it, Daelric? Would that work?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go grab
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh wow! It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Wow.
A banjo!
banjo?
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, Gab's gonna
Wow.
save myself the hassle.
Oh man, this thing's great.
Can we, before you start playing that, I just want to
not going
point out, we have a Floridian playing a banjo.
I also
What a
need to
muscle
ask,
take.
does he know how to play a banjo? Because if
been
he plays
learning.
it wrong,
He's from Florida. I'm just gonna
it
guess.
doesn't mean anything. That's not the birthplace of
Do you
bluegrass.
know the banjo
You got a
Tyler?
purty
No,
mouth.
but I have a family heirloom banjo.
with you right now?
No, I don't have it here. It's in Ohio.
Oh
I-
my god.
learning.
Chat. Would you like to drop a trump card so I can make him squeal like a piggy?
What?
Nothing.
Is it a cursed banjo? Is it a mimic banjo?
So does he have a banjo in there? Is he gonna test it out?
I
The
got it, yeah.
merchant.
So you do find a banjo. You can pick it up and actually look at it. First thing you notice right off the bat, because you pick it up and you strum it a couple times, and you notice it is not tuned. This thing is not tuned. As a matter of fact, roll me A musical instrument check, really quickly. And, sorry, an intelligence musical instrument check. Yeah, you're proficient with the musical instrument of your choice.
Ass hairs. Yeah.
Intelligence based.
Shit. It's on Constitution. Hold on. Stop.
What did you roll it on?
It keeps rolling it on Constitution. I just changed it. I also wanted to change the name from ass hairs to banjo.
I'll let you change it from ass hairs to banjo, and then you can play it. Intelligence again. This is intelligence?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
So
why it's a tune instead of a four.
thank you. You pick it up, and so you immediately start playing it. You notice it's way out of tune. You also know that it functions, but it's also kind of poorly maintained. It's a little older. It's a little beat up. It's kind of poorly maintained. It's not like, not. It doesn't look like it's horribly beat up. Like it's one of those things. If you went to what's that website called, where you buy things used, not Amazon. eBay, the other big one. eBay that I've used once ever. So you go to eBay. It's one of those things where it's like good condition. You know, one of those, right?
Good condition.
And so you see this thing and you look it over. And you clearly tell, like, you don't think this man necessarily knows how to maintain equipment.
Okay. How much for the shitty banjo?
Wow, that's a line. And that's also a persuasion check.
Are you sure it's not an intimidation?
That's definitely more of a persuasion.
You sure I don't get advantage on it?
Give me a discount or I kick you in the...
In the what?
Nowhere. So you roll a persuasion check and he looks at you and he's like, 50.
Silver?
No.
Gold?
He nods.
50 gold?
Nods again.
It looks like shit. You probably don't even know how to play it. It's probably been sitting there for a year.
He says, listen, you don't like the merchandise. You don't have to buy it. 50 gold.
Fine. I won't buy it. Here, Daelric. And then now you take it on your end.
I'm just gonna put it down. I'm gonna put it down here. So do you like walk away?
Yeah.
So as you say walking away, say, fine. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. You called my bluff. 35 gold.
I'll wait.
4.
You know, Giannis, I think there's another store over there.
Has anyone even offered to buy it?
Yeah.
Other than me?
He goes, all purchases are final, and I don't disclose information to other people's coming through. Mm-hmm. It's a private transaction between you and I. It is.
Right. So whose house did you find it in?
Who told you that?
Well, just from the area, you know.
What are you getting at? And he actually takes an aggressive step forward, and you actually see he reaches behind him and pulls out a knife and says, "Did somebody say I stole this? Who said I stole this?"
And now thieves can't and say, "Hey, chill out. We're on the same side here."
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm just gonna put that in chat so they can see it.
Roll a persuasion check, sir.
Marina will have her like hand kind of on, maybe like the hand axe, just a little,
Another 12.
not like super obvious.
Do you want to luck that?
I can't, can I?
I don't know. Can you?
Probably not. I'm not gonna bother. It's fine.
All right. So Rena, I heard what you said. Thank you. And so actually, because the DC is lower, because you're working with Thieves Can't, it works. I was just trying to get you to waste one. And he actually does like, it's one of those things where he like messages back and says, you know, kind of.
Oh, he texts me.
Yeah. He like you know, hand gestures back. Where are you from?
The capital?
Osto. Yeah.
Yeah, the capital.
Um,
Although I will say, my family's from Bard. I kind of identify with them a little bit more.
And it's kind of like being now. When you Thieves Kit, are you hand gesture? Are you do like all hand
Well,
gestures
now-
where
now I'm
you where your
just-
hold on a second. You have two options here. Hand gestures where your messages are like kind of broken and not finite, not like super specific details, kind of like light ideas, or are you like one of those things where like, oh man, it's hot out here, and that means shit. There's a lot of guards around. Be careful. You know, I could totally go for a glass of water. Do you have like any form of weapons or something for me to arm myself? You know, what kind of thieves can't you go with?
I was just saying that. Direct.
Really bad pig Latin.
I wasn't. That part wasn't thieves' camp. The thieves' camp part was just like a hand gesture saying, "Like, yo, calm down."
Okay, and then the next part.
Now I'm just talking.
Okay, cool. So so he says like, where are you from? And you say
Also, but my family's from Bard, and I identify with that.
he nods and says, so he's like, so you cool? And he does like gestures that. He's
I'm
like,
talking...
he's like, and he kind of like a slight head nod towards Rena. Rena, insight check.
All right.
Oh, Anna doesn't know what pig Latin is. You must have been confused by that one line in Lion King then. Ixnay. I suppose Nix is also Latin. That's a terrible insight check, Rena.
It's really bad.
So yeah, you guys, and so he nods and says, "Hey, listen, misunderstanding. 15 gold. I gotta make a profit here."
I mean, that's enough gold for you to get out of town.
Who says I want to leave town?
I've seen what's going on in this district. It's probably the only place left that has anything worth picking, right?
Should probably keep it a little quiet.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of us and not a lot left.
I don't know what you're trying to get at. Hey, listen, 15 gold.
I'll do it for 15 gold if you can just sweeten it with a little bit of info for me.
What you asking?
Just looking for, and I'll use thieves' cant for speech this time instead of hand signals. I'll say I'm just looking for a place to find work is what I'll say. But what I mean is I'm looking for like the main hub for the thieves guild.
Do me a favor. You have two options here.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion check or call on a favor.
How many do we have left?
It's a new month.
It is?
Yeah, it's been a new month for 25 days.
Yeah, man.
We haven't used any?
No.
No, we used one for the horses.
Oh, that's right, one for the horses. So I think you have 7 left.
Yeah, I'll use a favor. I'll just get a free win. That's fine.
So it's not a free win. You have to roll a d20, and then if you want to use 2, you get a plus, and then if you want to use 3, you get a plus.
Oh yeah, that's
What
right.
is
How many do
this
we have left?
for?
Of finding out where the main thieves guild is.
Oh, use a couple. Because literally this is the last session before the end of the
I think we have one more.
7 plus 5 is 32.
It would be the 1st of January next.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's the
technically we
31st.
start on we start on the 31st.
Well,
Yeah.
so
And I don't really count this next month till like around the 5th, anyways.
my persuasion's a +5. So unless
I
I,
mean,
use
depends on
enough for it to be above a +5, it's not. Gonna
It's a different DC. It's an entirely different mechanic.
Oh, it is. It's a different
Yeah.
DC. Okay,
Yeah, it's
then
entirely different mechanic. And do you want to use 1 for flat? Do you want to use 2 for +2? Do you want to use 3 for +5? Do you want to use 4 for +10? They're suggesting you use multiple. How much do you guys want him to use? This is meta. You can talk about this out of character.
We have 5 left.
You have 7 left.
How about I use like 4 then and get the +10?
There you go.
then we still have 3.
Balls deep. There you go.
What do you guys think? That still
We'll
leaves us
have how
3
much
for
left?
next week.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
For next week, that's a lot.
That's still a +5.
Oh, you're
I'll
right,
double
and then
check.
that's the last.
Yeah,
oh,
then it
okay.
refreshes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tyler, you good with that?
What was it?
If I use 4 for a +10, or would you rather I use 3 for a +5? We're gonna have We have 7 left right now that we have to use by the end. Or we don't have to use it, but we can use by the end of the month.
I'd save them because the more difficult checks come later.
All right, so I'll do 3 then, and I'll do a +5.
Okay.
So 1d20 +5. 12. Why do I keep rolling 12?
Should have used the 10. So when you ask him that
I
question,
didn't know what the DC was, so.
Me either.
when you ask him that question, he answers it. But again, higher gives you more information than lower, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You ask, so where's the main Thieves Guild around here? His response is, and this is again, he starts speaking in Reno. This is weird. He starts, more or less, Messi's asked the question kind of a funny way. So, Messi, how would you like to phrase that? Or do you want me to kind of do it for you?
Yeah, it was just like, where's the best place for work? Something like that. Just.
Yeah. He's like, so his response is, I'll try to do like both sides for you, for like what Rena hears and what you hear. He's like, he's like, work? There's a lot of work you can get around here. No particular spot though. So, I mean, I suppose if you check out here, check out there, you get a couple of things that you might get done. But overall, it's probably best to, pick a place, keep the profits from that one spot. Lumbering, that's a good spot. Maybe you can make some stuff. I hear you could be pick up a job over at a restaurant and the like. But overall, work is kind of, like a decentralized in this area. No particular place you want to go to. And what you're kind of hearing, Messi, as weird and made up quickly as that was, is there's not one particular Thieves Guild here. There's actually several of them. They don't get along. Do not mix your vegetables. You know what I mean? And whatever you choose to do, stick to that.
Okay. Appreciate it. And then I'll pay him the 15.
Lumbering is whoring. Thank you, Anno.
All right, Rena, we got to find the whorehouse.
What? Should just...
Rena's like, thank God. See,
God,
I've been
you're
looking
all
for a
day.
man. See, I've been looking for a man since the start of this campaign.
Either that or get a bite to eat. What do you think? You can only do one.
Oh, wow. What
Oh,
choice?
thanks for the banjo, by the way, I say.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Give me
Bye.
the 15.
Now I have a...
He does ask you what kind of work you're looking to do. Say the real thing, not the made-up thing.
I want to know which one has the most influence, like the biggest or strongest one that I can use to take over the town.
So you're probably the thing here. I get. Thank you. I get what you're asking him is kind of like who has the most business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oop. Oh, thank God I have a lid on that. That wasn't the cat. That was me. So you more or less like you hear him ask like, what kind of work you want to do? Oh, who has the most business? He thinks for a moment and says, Taylor. Besides, your clothes are looking kind of ratty. Which means exactly what he just said.
Just bought some new ones. But yeah, okay. Although, to be honest, they weren't the best. Some shorts. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
What? What am I missing?
Are you okay, Messi?
Did no one else see that?
See what?
I don't know if
didn't see
Scott's just
anything.
playing it off or if he didn't actually see it.
What?
I didn't see anything.
You all right there, Messi?
I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified.
Riffraff,
I have no
street
idea what you're
rat.
talking
I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer.
Well,
Would they see a
great,
poor boy?
great
No
talking to
siree.
you. I'm gonna head off to get myself some new clothes. Thanks for the heads up. And I paid him already, and I'm leaving immediately.
I have no idea what's happening.
Oh! Awesome. That's funny. I was like, I was so focused right here on this screen, this spot, not over here. Because I was like, what are you talking about? I'm looking around, and then I was like,
You're fucking with me.
I was like, is he trying to make a joke? Like there's a Furby behind me or something? Like I was like,
that'd be funny. No,
I was like, what joke is he
no.
trying to? Is Scott seeing that? Is Scott seeing the Furby? Is a Furby's gonna eat him? By the way, sometimes the cat walks by out there, and it totally fucking freaks me out. I'm like,
Why are you scared of Furbies? They're just gonna eat you.
Long conversation.
Yeah. So I'm glad I finished that conversation before anything bad happened to me. Let's jump back to Ophios.
No, you're fine. Everything's good.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So you guys go. So he says, more or less, he says, go find the tailor. And so the tailor, more or less, he literally means kind of go check out where the tailor is, like over in the kind of clothing and whatnot. That it's a bit of a front for some other business going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you guys are welcome to do that. You also know that, like, most likely tailors are smugglers. They're usually known for smuggling drugs in and out, literally in the lining of clothing and stuff like that. So probably something you're looking to do if you're trying to make some money. And the cool thing about when you're the drug dealers is that not only do you make money off of your clients, but your clients are often the other guilds, which means you have a bit of leverage you can use against the other guilds. And considering that all these wealthy people have their town turning to shit, and so they hate their lives, a lot of the wealthy people are like, well, I hate my life. Let me just spend my wealth on being, my dwindling wealth on not being able to perceive the world as it normally is, right? Yay! It's an Ophios epidemic. So you guys are finishing that up. Was there anything else that you two wanted to do? Or is it just barter over a banjo for 45 minutes?
Well, I probably just would have asked him, like, what was that about?
Huh? Which part? The banjo?
I mean,
The conversation?
that's questionable, but yeah, what happened back there?
Well, we private. See, in the guild, we have kind of a second language we use that's just common, but words mean different things. And I was just talking to him, and he was giving me some info. I think it would be best if we went to the tailor, maybe smuggled some stuff for some favors, and then we can probably push our agenda on the town. And that wasn't the second language I was talking about. I'm being direct with you.
Oh, I caught on. As in, like, you want to take something on right now, or do you want to?
No, I mean, we got time. This place won't burn down unless we, set the fire. So we can probably find Ophios and then run that job.
See if he hasn't started the fire.
Yeah, we have left him alone for a
I
while.
didn't start the fire.
Yeah, we should probably meet up with him.
I do still want to go work on this shield a bit since I was able to use a space for the day.
How about I grab him and you can get to work?
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll meet up at the Smith.
So, Reno, for you, it's pretty simple. You're just going to roll me a smithy check. Now, unfortunately, you don't get to have advantage or anything like that on this. You're just going to roll smithing. Normal. But for the attribute you want to use, this actually, funny enough, it pertains to magics, which you're not particularly familiar with. But Arcana is an intelligence-based skill, so you're going to have to use your intelligence to do it.
Okay.
Don't forget, this is modifiable by a luck die if you think you have luck die.
I don't think we do. Oh,
You can always click and find out.
So was this sorry, I got confused there for a second. Is this the thing that we thought we needed the all tools vest for?
Just because
Or
it
was
gives
that
you...
something else?
But you're using this guy's facility, so you're fine.
Okay, because I think that we did get that.
It doesn't
and that
matter.
We just didn't
Don't worry
put it
about
on our.
Well, no, because Messi, he's not wrong. He's actually is wearing the escape vest. That's an entirely different thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not all...
I honestly thought Rena was the one that got the all tools vest.
Rena was, but she forgot to put it on her character sheet.
But, it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. That's right. You got other stuff, so they haven't even looked at yet. So it's all
Okay.
good.
Somebody used Smith tools,
That's a
and you said
wondrous item.
which attribute?
Intelligence. So you spend the better part of the day trying to work on this thing, trying to scrape off. So the problem is what you realize as you're trying to scrape off of the rust is the rust doesn't come off the way normally you would remove rust, which is, kind of like corroded off, so it's, and then try to remove it, treat the area so that it would stop the rust. You realize that because you understood from what, you don't know magic. You don't get it very much, right? But from what I understand that Yondis has explained to you, the shield is designed to almost consume the life of others. What if the shield also consumes the life of the shield? The rust seems to be almost like perpetuating. As you're scraping it off, there seems to be more. Almost like your attempt here maybe corroded the shield down some, more than you expected it to. Perhaps you needed to go about it a different way. Like you need to be a little bit faster, a little bit more skilled at your approach. Perhaps that's what you needed to do to get it off. But kind of like thinking about it now, you almost think it would have been blind luck for you to have removed it. Just using this method, like one of these typical methods, these mundane methods. Maybe you need something magical to almost counter that ability for a moment, or to neutralize it temporarily while you're doing this cleaning. Either way, it didn't really work out.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you may have weakens the shield a little bit. I don't know. That's the better part of the day. Yonda, you're the only one with daylight still left. What do you want to do?
Find Ophios. Not
Find Ophios to sacrifice him.
There it is.
No.
Fix the shield.
Okay. So what do you do, Yondis?
I'm gonna head to the snake cave.
Okay, so you head down there. This is still when you get down there, granted, because that's all you did was you're not going to go talk to the spicy people, I imagine. That's just fine.
Not yet.
So you get down there. Ophios is literally, you poke your head in, and he's like, and you realize, oh, he's in the middle of a thing. Do you like step back and give him some time?
I'm going in.
Okay, so we're going to retcon you interrupt him at some point. Perfectly fine. So you come in at one point in time where you're like, I think I know what I have to do here. In the name of Ka,
I'd probably walk in, and then I'd hear him talking to his statue with his hand on it, and I'd be like, and then I'd walk out. So that'll be the presence. Maybe that was the presence he felt when he
Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's just Yondis all along.
What finger is that? Stop! Don't show it again.
So you sir are flash forward a couple of hours. You finally see Ophios is kind of like walking out of that room, or kind of like stepping out of that room, right? As you were like nearby, waiting for him to finish up. It's like that took a while.
With a banjo.
Yeah, it's like strumming it, probably playing it quietly nearby, so you weren't interrupting him. And eventually see him coming out of the cave. It's been a few hours. He was in there for a while. Or I should say another hour or so. Go ahead. Do you say anything to him? Or actually, Ophios, you see him playing with the banjo, sitting there, while you see him walking out of the door. Someone speak.
Hey, buddy.
What are you doing here?
Just coming to find you. But you were talking to a statue, so I left.
For a second there, I thought you were going to try and break into song, and I would have had to stab you.
Happy birthday.
Oh, God.
I don't
Yes. I'm perplexed by the statue. Seems to be of some sort of worship. Something resonates with it. I can't
Figured
put a
out?
finger on it. No.
Okay. Well, I got some good news. Found a place we can get some drugs.
Ophios literally just, he face palms and he's just like, what's for?
It's ran by the Thieves Guild. So,
Yeah.
Territorial battles, we could...
That's generally who runs drug cartels.
So the one that owns the drugs, though, right? The Thieves Guild that owns the drugs is typically going to be the one that has the most leverage on the other Thieves Guild, right? Because drugs are addictive and stuff. So I was thinking maybe we could get on their good side, and then if you wanted to make this place a home base, just got to put them in charge. Also, I'm working on a song.
It's a great.
You
It's
literally.
it's a great song.
Ophios is literally sitting back like that's actually a smart plan, but he doesn't know how he feels about having people who lie for a living as the heads of a coup. But also, it's also like he's thinking and he's like, wait, I lie for a living about who I am all the time. It's
do you
actually quite smart.
Thank you.
The only issue is how would I knows we can trust this groups.
Well, they're a thieves guild, so you can't.
Yes, but if they're in charge,
Oh, no. We see. We'll be in charge, right? We just have to work our way up a little bit. Plus, I mean, really, with the three of us, we could just kind of pick the one we want to run the place while we're going, and let's pick the one that likes us the most, right?
fairs. It would make sense. Yes. I'm fine with this. Where's Rena's?
She was working on that shield actually, by herself. We rented out like a little smith place for the day. I was actually supposed to come get you, and I forgot. I was working on that song. Why don't we head back there now?
Yeah. Why don't you play that
I'll
song
leave-
while movings?
That's really hard.
He literally looks somewhat annoyed by you having a musical instrument now. Like it's another thing that it's like, oh, rich people.
So as we walk off screen and it fades to black, Yondis will turn to Ophios and say, "So you play any instruments, or?"
He plays the jugular.
Yeah, he will literally just he'll do prestidigitation and just be like pretending like the magic is the instrument he plays. It just like sparkles in the air.
Pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, I do want to say thank you, Raiders, for coming in. We are at the tail end of the session, but little thing to say in a second. If you've never been here before and you're curious what's going on, this is in a homebrew world called Aurorum, where I have multiple campaigns in the same world and the same timeline that impact each other. This particular one's called Regicide, where we have a evil party that is literally trying to take down, a corrupt government. But the government isn't corrupt because... The government's not corrupt because of the fact that they're like bad people. They're corrupt because there's infiltrated alien race inside of there called Lopers that come from another realm that they're like, we need to get rid of them. What makes you evil is things like taking an entire village of people and putting them into a barn and setting them on fire because one of them saw that you're half steak.
Only one of us did that. Only one of us was Only one of us did that. Okay?
Shall I go down the list of all of your evil actions?
That was a long time ago.
We're gonna list them all out now.
I also
Oh,
need
God.
to point out that Rena and Yondis have no clue that he's the one that did it. So
Moving on.
Also, I want to point out that the guy who did that is wearing a Make-A-Wish shirt.
We also have, wow. We also have a Kingmaker party, which is literally running their own kingdom in the nations of the south. We have a Patreon party that affects both. And in theory, in the future, we'll have another one that is also going to impact it, if I could ever get my crew together for it. So guys, before we do our outro, I do actually want to say, because I told you this last week, that after this week, when we got everything started, that you are going to level up. Yay! So I don't know which of you are still available to hang out after this. If any or all of you are, we could totally level up on stream for a little bit. Or if you have to go, you're more than welcome to. Either way, we're going to take a break and we can figure that out after we do our outro and take a couple minute break and then come back and maybe level up characters. So in the meanwhile, why don't we do our outro and we'll start with Rena. I don't know if she's actually, no, she's technically there.
It was like wrong direction.
It's
I'm on the other
where
side.
you are on Zoom compared to...
Oh right, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Actually, it's the same.
No,
Well,
for
me
you,
anyway.
yeah. For me, I'm always in the top right because I'm the host. Go ahead, Rena.
Anyway, hi, I'm Rena, the Destroyer. That's the important part. I'm a streamer, variety streamer. I play lots of different games. This is my first D&D game that I've ever played. Really enjoying it. We started, when did we start? Back last year?
A while ago. This is
Yeah.
season 2, so...
It's like
Yeah.
several months ago. It's been a long time, but I'm enjoying it so far. But yeah, you can find me at Rena the Destroyer here on Twitch. That's pretty much me everywhere else on Twitter, Instagram, all the good things.
So next up is Tyler. What are you up to, Tyler?
Hi, I just posted a video on my YouTube channel that you should totally check out. It's youtube.com/apocalypto12. It talks about all of my year of 2019, essentially focusing on the highlights there. Scott, Rena, and Messi are all in that video, believe it or not.
I did not give you authority to put me inside of your videos. What are you doing?
I'm gonna have to ask you to take that down.
You gave me the authority when you appeared in the stream with me.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I never signed anything to allow you to use my likeness.
You did, but we can't show people that signature because of TOS.
Yeah,
No.
Anyway,
there's a different website you can go to though if you do want to see that. So just message me.
Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/apocalypto_12. You can find me on social media underneath all of that. Particularly on Twitter, you'll find out most of my news updates with regard to when I'm uploading on YouTube and when I'm streaming. Today on East Coast time is my birthday, and which is where I was born. So technically, I am officially 31 now. But my birthday is the 25th of January, so yay, I guess. And I'm going to be streaming on my birthday, playing some games with friends. So
for your time zone, that's in what, 2 hours?
Yep. So
I had everyone in Regicide spoilers go and put happy birthday gifts, so you can check that out whenever you want.
Oh, yay.
I was already scrolling through that when I was searching.
And I need
back to see
more
where
people need to post there. So if you're on the Discord, I demand that you do that immediately, or you'll be banned. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, check out my Twitter, check out my YouTube, definitely check out my Twitch, and check out all of these guys because they're good people.
I expect that everybody's always checking me out. Messi.
Who said that? Oh, right, Daelric. Sorry, it's just you were so unattractive that sometimes I just block you out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sure. You mean that I'm so attractive that you have to block me out, otherwise.
Huh? Sorry, it happened again, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Look, I'll just go through my bit, and then you can take back.
Please.
I'll just be my.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hey.
Thank you. All right, and you can find him there. Totally click subscribe, follow, and definitely help him out, support him. He's amazing. All right, thank you so much, Messi_cat.
Sorry, who said that? Oh, Daelric, right. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, man.
It's Messi_cat, right?
That's correct.
All right, cool. All right, and Daelric, or Lost Listener Show. All right, bye-bye. Maybe. Be right back.